and I don't think I appreciate this one bit. This is some bullshit right here. I don't like this at all. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Like you said, this is Big Boy Sports. I hope a lot of you guys come in. I don't think I've ever done a live this early before. The reason why we're live now is because I have to go to work in like 40 minutes, and I have a life outside of this. So basically, I have to make sure that's taken care of. So I could do these things called go live and eat and things like that. So we decided to do this in the morning. We decided to wake up for all of you mentalists that decide to watch us every week. And we appreciate all of your support. We really do. But, anyways, this is the part of the video where I tell you make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Help us get to 23,000 subscribers. We just passed 22 and 6 yesterday, and I believe we're almost at 22 and 650 this morning. So we've had a great last couple of days, and I want to absolutely keep it going. But there is a lot we could talk about. We could talk about the NFL divisional round. We could talk about the 8 teams that are left. We can also talk about WWE because we have a new WWE champion after last week. He just had his first show last night. Drew McIntyre defeated Cody Rhodes in 3 stages of hell with the help of Jacob Fatu to win the WWE championship. And I gotta tell you, man, to me, that was such a breath of fresh air because I have been getting a little bit tired of the Cody stick for a few months now. And I was hoping they were going to put the title on him from the rip. That didn't happen. They drug it out as long as they could. And finally, they decided to put the title on him in the beginning of 2026. And I'm very excited for what's going to come next. There's an 8-man tournament that took place last night. There was 4 matches. I don't know who the winners of those matches are, but before we get to that, I want to get Darren's thoughts firstly on Drew McIntyre becoming the new WWE champion. And from there, we'll go in to the segment he did, the first one as champion, and we'll go into the matches after that. And then if we have some time, we'll also talk about CM Punk versus Finn Balor, just so everybody knows. So, what are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre becoming champion?
Personally, I'm excited. I like McIntyre's gimmick. I've been a fan ever since he's finally had this, main push. You know what I mean? Like,
You weren't a
obviously,
fan of 3MB Drew McIntyre?
I was about to say it. I'm like, I mean, to me, and I might get some flack, but to me, 3MB Drew McIntyre was basically just a new version of Paul Burchill.
What?
Do you even know who
What,
that
like the
is?
pirate Paul Burchill?
The pirate Paul Burchill, because it's like he had like the long hair, and it was just like it's like basically he's just a rock star character. Which I mean, I get it, but the Scottish warrior, like it gives he's like representing a country almost. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. It's a good gimmick.
I
He's a
mean, here's what I'm confused about. You literally just compared the two only because they have long hair. There's nothing else
eh,
to compare them with. Drew McIntyre never came swinging in on a rope. He came doing an air guitar. There's nothing else to compare these two with,
because
and
because
you
it's
decided to put them together.
because
I'm
it's
a
a
little confused.
no because that's a Party City gimmick. Okay, it's a Party City gimmick. We're tired
What,
of
a Paul Burchill?
because he's a pirate, and then you got one guy a rock star. I like people that are just pure wrestlers, man. They're just wrestlers. Go out there, kick some ass, raise some hell.
I mean,
We don't.
Cody Rhodes should be your cup of tea. Then he's about as vanilla as they get.
I mean, no, and I like Rhodes. I like Rhodes, but it's like you know what? Every good slash great champion has a decent title run, and then guess what? That title run ends. We don't need to have the Roman Reigns. This guy has a title for 20 years in the company.
I mean, that I agree with. Not everybody has to do that. That's
It just
100% true.
I mean, because then it just gets boring. It's like, you got somebody, oh yeah, they're the champion, and then you're like, huh? It's like I could tune out from watching wrestling and then come back 8 months later and the guy still got the belt. Like, I get it. You want to like put some prestige, beef up the title, but at the same time, and I like the way that McIntyre won the title. Rhodes didn't get pinned. He escaped out of the cage. It was a clean handoff. Cody can still do what he has to do. Still, it doesn't
Plus, he
lower
got
him
pinned
at
in the
all.
first match.
Well, he got pinned in the first, but
That was kind of the point, though, to show
yeah,
Drew McIntyre visually getting the pin. That wasn't the point of the steel cage. But with that being said, you don't think wrestlers can have different gimmicks?
I mean they can, but I'm just glad that it's like how him and Jinder
You didn't like
Mahal
the
have.
Undertaker, is what you're telling me?
Hold
Because
on, hold on.
he was about as big of a '90s gimmick as you could possibly get.
Because there's layers
So
to it.
was
There's
Kane.
there's layers to it though. Like that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think it's too. The other ones are just childish. You know what I
Well,
mean?
because
Like the Undertaker.
the Undertaker's is about as childish as anybody's. This man is coming out. This grown man. You're right. There's
No,
layers to it. A leather jacket and a tank top. All right.
no,
There's layers
no.
to it. This man is coming out in a top hat, removing the top hat and rolling back his eyes for everybody to see. That's about as goofy as you can get with a gimmick in the real world. And this man is pulling it off and making grown men think this shit is real. All right?
I'm gonna tell you
But
this. Hold on, hold on,
listen,
hold on, hold on. I'm just telling you though. You see, the Undertaker is different. Undertaker, that's a big, bulky guy. You got a guy that's
oh,
dressed up. You got a guy that's dressed up in a rocker outfit. Not even a rocker outfit. Just like, yeah, and it wasn't even like they was rock stars. Like, you could be a rocker, but these guys were a boy band. Like, I don't want to see In Sync. Okay, if I want to watch In Sync, I'm gonna put Dancing with the Stars on. Okay,
well, let me also break it down like this. So you know who Obafemi is, right?
no.
This this man's been on NXT.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah, yeah. Now that guy's a badass. Yeah, okay.
he's
Now I know what you're
probably
talking about.
looking to get called up soon. He forfeited the NXT title probably for that reason. And this man looks at himself as a ruler. When he goes to the ring, he says, I am the ruler, I am the destroyer, the bringer of war. You're telling me this man
Hey, I
isn't
gotta give you
thinking
some.
of,
Hold on, TV timeout. That's pretty good Nigerian accent. I like it.
I mean, I was trying. But think about it. You think you mean to tell me this man isn't fancying himself as a ruler somewhere on a throne and just head and shoulders above everybody else? You're telling me this man doesn't have a gimmick that he's not representing, even though it's not completely over the top?
I mean, he's no, it's a good gimmick. Like he's basically letting himself know that he's a powerhouse wrestler. He's a badass. Like, don't f with me. I'm gonna make you regret it. That's what wrestling's about: is being a badass. Not I'm in a boy band and I'm strumming an air guitar.
Okay, but at the
Hell,
same
hell, even Dusty Rhodes was out here, as a plumber. I'm a son of a plumber. Bam, bam, bam.
Dusty
I did,
Rhodes Dusty Rhodes wore polka dots.
but Dusty Rhodes also had that big old elbow too.
Drew McIntyre's got a big elbow. He's probably got a bigger elbow.
I mean, hey, that's why I like. That's what I'm saying. I like McIntyre now. McIntyre,
That's how
and
physics
and the
work.
granted, 3 and B was jobbers. That was for them to get their footing in, and two of the three guys ended up being big title push main eventer, and Heath Slater is out. Not my kids or whatever.
Right. Jinder Mahal is a main eventer. That's right.
He was not now, but he was. He had his moment as the title, had the main title. Both of those guys had the title. Slater, I don't think ever got the world title.
No, Heath Slater had 7 kids though.
He did have 7 kids.
So
Here's
you
what
know
I'm
he
gonna
did
say.
something.
Here's what I'm gonna say though, and here's my biggest problem with WWE that's got everything all mucky, and it's gonna tie into the CM Punk. I know you mentioned CM Punk earlier. Is how is this the WWE undisputed title when they took the SmackDown title and the World title, they made it the undisputed championship, and then they bring back the World title for CM Punk to have. So I feel like they need to have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and the winner of that make one complete universal title. Just one title.
No, no. I'm gonna explain why they did that. So Roman Reigns' title reign got to a point where he was starting to take time off. He was getting to be a little bit more of a part timer because he had taken on all comers, and whatever way he was winning that title, winning his matches, he was finding different ways to win. And when your title reign gets to the point where it's 5, 6, 700 days, it's impressive regardless of how you do it. So what WWE was clearly deciding to do was to let him take time off, let him have matches less. And as a result of that, we're not getting the world title matches that we should be getting. So the World Heavyweight Championship came back because of that, so that we could have 2 world championships. We could have main events on Raw and SmackDown. I mean, it's going to go back and forth sometimes. You're going to get a period of time where you have 2 championships, and you're going to have a period of time where those championships combine and you get one big champion throughout the entire company. That's how it's been since WCW went out of business. They combined those titles, and they started off with the WWE Undisputed Championship that lasted about 6 months before the world title was created. Then for the next 10 years, we had 2 championships. Then they combined them. Then after that, the Universal Championship came around after a couple years. Then those 2 titles combined in 22. And then after about another year, we got sick of just seeing Roman Reigns. We weren't getting a bunch of matches with them. So the World Heavyweight Championship came around a couple years ago. There,
Oh,
I just gave you the full history, but it's been back and forth like that for the last 20, 25 years.
I don't know, man. I miss when they used to have just the WWE champion, not an undisputed, just a WWE champion and a world champion. That's what I like. I don't know. It's
That's
just
what they have
it's
now.
I know, but it's just the undisputed because
Oh, okay, so they called it by a different name. So what?
I don't know. 'Cause it's like it's the merging of titles, just like when the title that Brock Lesnar had when he had the world title and the WWE title, and it was the undisputed title.
Before the World Championship came back around, it was the WWE Undisputed Universal title. We could keep calling it that.
I
We
don't
could
know.
keep making it sound like Brock Lesnar won it in this intergalactic tournament between dimensions, which I would believe because it's fucking Brock Lesnar.
All I'm
But
saying, all I'm saying is I want to see McIntyre, CM Punk. They both have the belts now. That's what I want to see.
that's okay. It can be amateur hour. We're just over here talking WWE. There's nothing wrong with that. You can
WWE,
feel however
man.
you want to about how this conversation is going. You decided to watch. So that's all I'm saying. So that should tell you the type of conversations that you're into. Shout out to Musical Salmon. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here, Clarity Whistler. I don't even know what that name means. I don't know what either of these names mean. What is
All
a
I'm saying,
musical salmon?
all I'm saying is we just went away. As I want to see Punk, McIntyre. They both got the title. I think that would be a hell of a match now, man.
Well, here's what you're gonna see next week. So there was 4 matches to decide who's going to be the number 1 contender at the Royal Rumble for Drew McIntyre's championship. Before that, bros, I have a signed Stone Cold belt. That's really cool. Drew McIntyre, before that even, decided to come out and use the line that he used when CM Punk got his injury. And the first thing he said was about winning that title, I prayed for this and it happened. And this man won the WWE Championship despite getting fired in 2014, despite the bloodline screwing him over, despite being in a blood feud with CM Punk, despite, in his opinion, the referees screwing him over with Cody Rhodes. This man finally overcame the odds to escape Cody Rhodes and win by technicality last week. You gotta love it. But this man prayed for this. It happened. He's having a lot of fun talking to the people in the UK and getting a chance to tell them, screw you. Where were you when I was fired? Where were you when I was feuding with the Bloodline, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes? This man got his countryman to boo him in his first segment as champion. He said, where were you? Screw you. Boo this man. I had a lot of fun. Randy Orton came out, tried to warn Drew McIntyre that he was coming for him, but not before Jacob Fatu came for him and decided to run him out of the ring. But we get through that segment. Cody Rhodes obviously comes out and sets up a match with Jacob Fatu, which I expected. I expected there to be like a little mini feud. Personally, I think Jacob Fatu should have a feud with Drew McIntyre before WrestleMania. That's my opinion. But again, there were 4 matches that took place to decide who's going to be in the Fatal 4-Way match next week. And basically, how that went is The Miz took on Randy Orton. Randy Orton, defeated The Miz, which I think pretty much everyone expected. I think it would have been really cool to have The Miz win here, maybe have that match later on at night because Trick Williams did confront Randy Orton last week. So you could have Trick Williams win his match, and then you could have him cost Randy Orton's match. Because if you do it the other way around, you got to expect Randy Orton is going to get involved. But I think that's something they could have done personally. Just my opinion on that. Trick Williams does end up defeating Matt Cardona, and I think that makes it really interesting for Matt Cardona because you could kind of have him on a track where he's proving that he belongs, in WWE. And that I think is a perfect feud for somebody like The Miz, somebody that's been a mainstay in WWE for 20 plus years and has a gimmick personally, even if Darren finds those goofy, where he still is living off of main eventing WrestleMania 15 years ago. I think that would be maybe something good heading into Mania, but we'll see what happens. Damian Priest defeated Solo Sikoa, a win that I believe Damian Priest desperately needed. Solo Sikoa can continue to feud with the White Six, Uncle Howdy. I think that feud should definitely continue. I don't believe that has run its course quite yet. And then in the final match of the evening, Sami Zayn did defeat Ilya Dragunov, which here's what's interesting to me about Sami. You could really pretty much do anything you want with Sami Zayn in these 2 matches, in this feud, potentially in the Rumble. I think Sami Zayn could definitely win the Rumble this year. I think he's built up a lot of momentum, winning the United States Championship, starting the Open Challenge back up, and even over the last few years, I know he missed 41, but 39 and 40, he won championships one of the years he main evented. I feel like Sami Zayn's kind of slowly been building momentum towards a main event push and eventually a championship, and I do feel like this is kind of the year where we can pull the trigger with Sami Zayn. So the matchup for next week is going to be The Miz versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. But with that being said, I would have loved to get Ilya Dragunov in this match also. So, Darren, I just threw a lot at you. So let me know your thoughts on it. We'll talk about it. And if we have a little bit of time, let's talk about the CM Punk Finn Balor matchup.
Trick Williams. That's all I gotta say. That's all
You
I
like
gotta say.
Trick? Whoop
I
that
think
Trick?
I think this is finally his moment to give him his. I mean, he's been on the main roster, but this is his moment to give him the push that he needs, and I
I
think he's
mean,
earned
I
it.
mean, what? You think he's going to go all the way to the championship right now?
No, I mean, I think he'll get there, and then I think he'll lose. But I think set him up to get him in that picture, get him in the title picture.
What I'm going to say, though, is he did attack Sami Zayn, right?
Hmm.
So clearly they're setting him up in a program with Sami Zayn. I don't know where they're going to take that program exactly, but I do think that could be a feud that Sami Zayn has before Mania. You can give Trick Williams a win because Sami Zayn has shown that he can bounce back from losses, and Trick Williams should, in my opinion, I agree with you. He should definitely be pushed right now. And
Oh, for
I
sure.
think the way you do that, you give him a couple of wins like you have, you build him up. Don't have him take the pin in the Fatal 4-Way. He doesn't have to win it, but he definitely shouldn't take the pin. Um, in my opinion, I think the best person to win that match based on who we have in it is probably Sami Zayn. I don't see Drew McIntyre taking on The Miz. You could have him take on Trick Williams, but is anybody gonna believe Trick Williams is gonna beat Drew McIntyre right now? No, I don't think so. You just haven't built up Trick Williams enough yet. Um, I don't think. I mean, Damian Priest you could do because they have history together. So this could be a final stamp on it. Drew McIntyre gets his win back, and then they separate for a while. That is a decent first challenger type of match that you could have for Drew McIntyre. That would not be a bad idea. I would not be upset if Damian Priest won. But I think the more intriguing match is Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. And the reason why I said this is interesting is again, you could have Sami Zayn win the Rumble, right? So you could realistically have Sami Zayn lose that night and then go on to win the Rumble. That's a possibility that you can have in this match. So I mean, there's other guys that he could have potentially taken on. He could have taken on Randy Orton. That would have been an intriguing match, especially because Randy Orton's been looking for number 15 for a little bit now. I mean, a couple matches that, Drew McIntyre clearly would have won, but he still could have done. He could have, like you said, Trick Williams, but that's also a heel versus heel match.
I like that match.
A couple of better ones. We could have done Matt Cardona. Obviously,
Yeah.
look, Matt Cardona's not going to win the title, and he shouldn't right now. Again, you got to build him up just like Trick Williams, but I'm definitely taking Matt Cardona to win the WWE Championship over Zack Ryder. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, yeah, no doubt, but I mean, with that gimmick, but at the same time, now I
But
think you
what?
gotta.
Yeah, what gimmick? All he's doing is staying ready and getting attacked for apparently being a toxic masculine dude.
No, I don't
I
know.
think his name is Kit. Yeah, there's a lot of toxic masculinity on SmackDown. I don't know if you watched it,
No,
according to this guy.
I didn't watch it.
I don't know. I think he's hilarious. I'm actually kind of excited to see them feud. And again, I think that's a good opening feud for Matt Cardona. I'm not mad at
Um,
it.
I don't know. I don't know. I just personally don't like Matt Cardona. I mean, he plays his heel character good. I mean, it's he's like MJF when it comes to the heel
He plays
character.
his heel character good. He's great, but then again, I don't like him. But he's good and he's great.
But I'm going off of personal reactions when I was at WrestleCon and just just the way that he reacted to the fans and there was like a special needs fan that went up to him and he was kind of a dick to him and it was just like
Wasn't he supposed to be a heel?
that's why I said he plays his
Yeah.
heel
What
character
do you
good.
want? What do you want from this man?
I know, but it's just I don't know.
I've obviously haven't had that experience, but I've heard good things
Yeah.
from people that I know that have met him. So that's just me. He was. I'm guessing he was in his character, and it wasn't anything to go crazy about. I think Darren just likes to get butthurt.
No,
So
no, not butthurt. No, I wasn't butthurt. It's just I don't know.
he was butthurt for another grown man.
I don't know. He's the king of the indies. Okay, so that's
Not
what
any, not
that's what he's
anymore.
good for.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yo, that's hilarious.
The fake community
Yeah, no,
guidelines.
I love the spam at the bottom.
That's funny.
Yo, people are such fans of this
It's,
channel
and it says
that they
add
wrote a spam.
apology, add apology post. We don't apologize. Just like Matt
It's
Cardona
Big
doesn't
Boy Sports.
apologize for being mean to special needs people. Okay, so hey, YouTube chat service official, I got two fingers for you. Woo!
Yo, watch it actually be somebody.
No, it's
Ah!
that would be no because it wouldn't be YT. Okay, let me stop before we're gonna get a guideline violation for saying YT. Oh man.
I don't exactly know what we did to be honest. All we did was talk about Matt Cardona with a possible fan, and this man is reacting to this person in character. So, not really sure what the problem is here, if there is a problem.
Greatest heel of all
This
time.
dude's out here in the comments. Come out here with your hands up.
The greatest heel of all
Damn,
time
man.
still
I
MJF.
don't understand. All we did was talk about how somebody else reacted to possibly another person. That's all we did.
Okay.
But anyways, so you could have done it. You could have done that. You could have done him versus Ilya Dragunov. He just had a United States title run. Give him a second in the main event scene. Yo, somebody commented after the internet police have arrived.
Oh man. It said, please
Yo,
end
this is
the
probably
live now.
this is probably the same small person telling people to lift in the gym with proper form.
Oh,
Like
like
why
when Trump was going. Did you see
yeah,
that
like
video?
why are you worried about my form when you're 70 pounds soaking wet? Like, come on, man. You look like a starving child. You're worried about my form.
Oh
What are we
damn!
doing here?
Don't talk about starving children. You're gonna make me hungry, man.
I mean, there's a lot of things you could eat before that, sir. Do not go to the gyms. I mean, not necessarily. It only becomes that if you're lifting the people inside the gym, because then things start getting weird. They have weights for
Mm.
that. You know what I'm saying? So I would try to lift that instead, so it doesn't become that for you. That's my 2 cents on it, though. But I mean, what are your opinions on the Fatal 4 Way match? Who do you think should go on to face Drew McIntyre? Let me know, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Trick Williams. I'd like to see Trick Williams get it, but at the same time, though, you did
You
have a
don't
good.
think it should be Sami Zayn?
Hold on, Zayn or Williams. But like you said, you made a good point though. You said whoever you said Sami Zayn could, if he doesn't win, could win the Rumble. Just like I know it's crazy, but Trick Williams wins the Rumble. Or
No.
here's what. hold on, hold on, hold on. Or here's what I think could happen is between those guys, between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, I could see something happening in the Rumble with Trick Williams attacking Zayn. I could see both those guys losing, and then Sami Zayn comes out of nowhere, gets eliminated in the Rumble, then comes back and takes out Trick Williams in the Rumble.
I could see the opposite happening. I could see Sami Zayn eliminating Trick Williams, then him coming back and eliminating Sami Zayn. I could see the opposite happening. I can't see you your suggestion making this happen because somebody coming back after they have legally been eliminated is a heel bad guy thing to do. And I think it makes more sense for Trick Williams to do that. I don't think it makes as much sense for Sami
Well,
Zayn.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I could see it happening though.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I could see Sami Zayn winning the Rumble 100%. But again, there's so many things you could have done with Sami Zayn that this could have gone in many different directions. And this is the one they decided. And now to me, Sami Zayn seems like the most interesting match, but again, there's other people that I think could have you could have put in that slot and given them a spotlight for. So that's the only thing I will say. But either way, I am interested in the match if they decide to pull through because Drew McIntyre has never beaten Sami Zayn. There's history there, there's story there, and it seems like a genuinely fun match to watch because it hasn't been overdone.
But you know
So
who I think, but I think Orton could win it because it says Sami Zayn, Orton, Trick Williams, and Priest. I don't know. I could see
yeah,
Orton taking it.
Orton, yeah. Sorry, I said the Miz like you
Yeah,
wanted
when
to.
you said the
That's
Miz, that's what I
that's
was
my
like.
fault. I
N-
apologize.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like, okay, no, I think Orton's gonna win. It's either Orton or Williams. I think Orton or Williams is gonna win it.
Yeah, no, Drew McIntyre would that would be a good first match against Randy Orton because you would set the tone for Drew McIntyre. Because personally, I think he's losing the title at Mania. I don't think this is going to be a long run. I think Drew McIntyre may have one of those in the future. I don't think this one is it though. I think this one is going to be a little bit shorter of the run. Obviously, it's been longer than his last one, which is always nice.
No,
But
exactly.
I don't think this is going to be a long, dramatic title reign. I think
No,
he holds the
exactly.
title until Mania, and I think that'll be it. But you can get some pretty good defenses in that time, especially with the amount of shows that they have now. So I'm not really too worried about Drew McIntyre not having a decent title run. He'll have time to defend it.
No, exactly, man. Well,
All
I
right.
tell you what, we got what 5 minutes. You got to go. I think time to shift gear to the NFL, right?
Well, I mean, we could do a video on that later. Let's talk about CM Punk versus Finn Balor. So,
Okay.
my opinion on that is you gave this match with no build-up. And I'm definitely down for a CM Punk versus Finn Balor match, but you have this man in a lot of his segments as of recently playing video games, wondering what with Liv Morgan wondering what Finn Balor is doing because he's not out there trying to win championships. With CM Punk questioning where Finn Balor has been. And the questions aren't without merit. Balor has won a couple of tag team titles recently, but that's about it. He hasn't had much single success for quite a while. And this is a man who used to come out as the demon. This is the man who beat Roman Reigns in his first match on Raw. This is the man who beat Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship in his debut match. We were talking about the Universal Championship earlier. Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion. It's just that he didn't go on to have a long title reign because he had a legitimate injury and he wasn't able to carry that title. And he never won the world title after that. He went on to win a couple of singles titles, but he hasn't done that in a while. So Finn Balor hasn't had really a whole lot of singles success. people are questioning where this man is. And while I do think this could set the tone for Finn Balor, I think Finn Balor could establish himself in the main event scene again with a strong showing against CM Punk. This was given to us with no buildup. You just kind of inserted him into the World Heavyweight Championship picture. So I don't know, man. I think this is a little bit premature. I think this is going to be a great match, but at the same time, I would have liked a little bit more build up and story to go along with it. And unfortunately, we didn't get that. So,
Here's
what are
what
your
I'm
thoughts, man?
so going back to what I was saying earlier about a CM Punk Drew McIntyre. I think somehow, some reason, I think, here's what I think. How you said the demon character, I think Finn Balor brings back the demon character, beats CM Punk. I think that's what's going to happen because they haven't had a build up, so it's just to have him beat him out of nowhere.
Well,
It's
he's
just,
gonna beat him. He's not gonna win the title right now.
I don't know. Here's what I'd say: Finn Balor wins, CM Punk loses the title, and here's the thing: CM Punk goes on, wins the Royal Rumble. I know why would they have an old talent win? This is one thing that CM Punk's never won.
You're gonna have Finn Balor win the world title.
That's what I'm saying. Have Balor win the world title, and then here's my thing. Here's my thing. He wins the world title, and then when he wins the world title, guess who
Bro,
he's going to challenge at Mania? Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk WrestleMania.
I got a better idea than that. First of all, no, Finn Balor should not win the world title with no build up. It would have made more sense for Braun Breaker to win the title and become champion. That would have made more sense than putting the title on Finn Balor. If you were going to put the title on Finn Balor, you should have just put it on Braun Breaker. But CM Punk, I believe, is going to retain. He may defend the title at the Rumble. He may not. If he doesn't, he'll probably defend it at Elimination Chamber. But what I think is going to happen, I think Sami Zayn is going to win the Rumble. He's going to take on Drew McIntyre at Mania, whether he takes him on at the Royal Rumble or not. I think Cody Rhodes is going to go on to win the Elimination Chamber to end up facing CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think there's things you could kind of tie in with them because they did have a promo together where CM Punk talks about how he's pretty much the only friend that hasn't stabbed him in the back. And you can look at a couple people that have done that to Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens did it. That's probably the most well known one. John Cena did it at one point, even though John Cena kind of came back from the dark side after his heel run. Um, but yeah, people have turned on Cody Rhodes, and now he's coming face to face with the guy who put that out there on Front Street and told him he was going to come for him to his face when he was champion. Now the roles are reversed a little bit and we're seeing something different. Or what you could do if Sami Zayn hasn't picked his opponent yet, you can make it look like Cody Rhodes wants to face Drew McIntyre and then he turns heel on CM Punk, crossroads him in the ring, beats him up, maybe even bloodies and bludgeons this man, leaves him in the center of the ring and tells him he's coming for him at Mania. And that's how you execute Cody Rhodes' title run. Because the people love CM Punk. They're starting to get a little sick of Cody. They're waiting for Homelander Cody right now. You could do that.
I
I
mean,
think that's a good idea. Lame. You want Finn Balor to you want us putting the title on Finn Balor for no reason.
all I'm saying is, if he comes back, brings back Demon Balor, man. I think that's what you.
That's fine. He can bring back Demon Balor. I don't know if it should be in the title match. I don't know if he should have the title put around him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. in any type of way. I mean, I like what you're saying. Uh, Rhodes and Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. I do like that since they are both on WWE now. But at the same time, I'm like,
You don't
I don't
have to do the heel turn that way. You could do a face versus face. It'll still sell. You don't have to do that. I mean,
I
that's
want
just
to.
an
I just
option.
want to see. I want to see Punk win the Rumble. That's what I'd like to see. Let
I
him
would,
get a
I
run.
would, I would like to see him win a Rumble too, but I don't know how I'm feeling about it this year.
Well, Father Time's coming up, and it's not. If he doesn't win it this
I
year,
understand.
what are we gonna have him out there looking like Ric Flair winning the world title or winning the Rumble? Come on now, man.
I mean, Ric Flair was already kind of looking like Ric Flair when he did win the Rumble.
Okay, well you know what
That's
I'm
all
talking
I'm saying.
about. I didn't mean literally. I meant we're not gonna have this guy looking like a grandpa out here, like he's a Walmart greeter. I just won the Royal Rumble.
I mean, the thing with CM Punk is he knows how to sell a match. He knows how to cut a promo. He knows how to sell a match. He's still decent in the ring. He's not what he used to be, but I mean, the guy's pushing 50. You can't expect a guy at his age to be what he once was in the ring. Most guys aren't. Some
That's what I'm
guys,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Let him get the Royal Rumble this year. This is the year that makes the most sense. Let him get it this year, and then
honestly, man, I think it made the most sense last year, and we went with Jey Uso. Just me personally, I thought he was going to win it last year, and when he got eliminated close to the end, I was shocked, and I
no,
was even
exactly.
more shocked when they had Jey Uso actually win it.
No, he was close
Because
last year. He was,
they made me think. Once CM Punk got eliminated and it was down to him, Logan Paul, and Jey Uso, I was like, damn, are they really gonna have John Cena win for a third time?
and that's the thing. He was close in 2024. He was close last year, and I think this is the year.
I don't. John Cena was in the Rumble in 24.
No, not Rumble, not Cena, Punk.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
That's
what I'm
true.
saying. Punk's been close so many times, and this is like the one thing that he needs to have on his resume. You know,
No, you're right. You're not wrong about that.
because you go back and you look at all the greats that have won the Rumble. You've got the Hogans, you've got the Stone Colds, you've got you know all these different people. Let me see. I'm about to look up list Royal Rumble winners in order. You got so many people that have won this, which I'm looking at this real fast. Okay, let's see.
You're really looking up the entire list of people.
I mean, I'm not gonna go read it out in order, but you got the Hogans, you've got Flair, Shawn
Hogan,
Michaels,
Austin,
Stone Cold.
Flair, Michael, Cena, Orton, Triple H, Barack. It's just
Yeah,
off the
you
top
got
of my head.
no exactly. I mean, you've got all these people that have won it. Cody Rhodes won it in 23, 24.
Rose, Reigns. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So you've got all these, all the greats, going back into the 80s and the 90s.
Vince McMahon.
Well, that I
but
don't know. I don't know on that one,
I
but
mean, there's a lot of greats that have won the Royal Rumble. I mean, Chris Jericho never won a Rumble. I mean, you don't necessarily have to win a Rumble. Roddy Piper never won a Rumble. Jake the Snake Roberts never won a Rumble. Tito Santana never won a Rumble.
I know Macho Man never won a Rumble. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's greats that haven't won the Rumble, but I'm just saying, I don't know. It was just that's what I want to see. That's what I'd like to see him just.
I would love to see it too. I just think it made more sense in the past. I don't think it makes as much sense this year.
I
Especially if
don't.
you have him as champion and people are coming after him. I don't think it makes sense to take the title off him just to have him win the Rumble.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
think that makes as much
you got
sense
a
as
point.
you're
You
thinking.
got a point. That's the only conflicting thing. That's what I'm saying. If you have Balor do some crazy,
No, no, that's not why you should put the title on Finn Balor. So this is what I think is we gotta end off here. So I think CM Punk should retain against Finn Balor. You can let Finn Balor build himself back up to be more of a mainstay in the main event again instead of having him play video games with this match. This match can be a stepping stone for that. I don't think it's where you should put the title on Finn Balor, but I do think that would be great for him in this regard. And I do think Drew McIntyre should hold his title till Mania, face Sami Zayn, regardless of who he ends up facing over at the Royal Rumble. And I'm excited to see where those matches go, and I'm excited to see what happens with the main event of WrestleMania personally. So those are my takes on it. You got any final words before we get out of here?
Nah, man,
Before my
just
cat attacks my leg?
no. I don't think anybody wants to see that. I don't want to. I don't want to see the cat hurt. Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's actually true, but thank you guys as always for tuning in. We appreciate it and listen to us on Can You Dig Sports Radio this weekend. We will have an NFL segment for you guys as well. And again, thank you so much for the support. Deuces.
all right, go Broncos.